Oh, I can't even share the clip now either. Oh, nuts! Right, we're live anyway, so that's. Oh no, wait! Now we are. Now we are. Now we're live. Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Always Physical live stream, where we talk about the recent announcements of the previous month, and should be a good one. Should definitely be a good one. And today, as always, I have my co-host Carlos from Eastwood for Life Fan.
Hi there, guys.
And our special guest today is no stranger to the channel, as he's been on umpteen thousand times before. He's even got his own golden toilet. He's 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 Mr. Physical Media himself, who boasts a collection that's probably bigger than Ritz Video and Blockbuster Video mixed in together. It is Andy from Forgotten World of Movies.
Hey everyone, thanks for that lovely introduction, Mike.
Well, I do try, not all the time, but most people say I am very, very trying. Anyway, let's get straight into the meat and potatoes of the stream, which is why we're all here, which is physical media. Now, we're going to kick it off by doing, you know what, we'll do the studio back catalogue releases and just a few, just a cherry-picked hand few. The first one we're going to go with is Eraser on 4K, which has not had a disc release since DVD, and even then it was cut. Even the VHS was cut to pieces. The US Blu-ray was intact, so hopefully this will be completely uncut for the first time in the UK. It's how much is it for the steelbook? It was $34.99. And the collector's edition is $49.99. It's from Warner Brothers. I've got it pre-ordered because I'm a huge Arnie fan, and it's a good film. What about yourself, Andy? Would Eraser be something you would pick up?
Absolutely, Mike. Like yourself, Eraser for me was one of these. It was sort of one of these Friday night, Saturday night movies that ITV would put on in the sort of late 90s. So yeah, I was all over that film growing up. It's not one of Arnie's best. It is good, but it's coming at that time where I think the quality of his movies was starting to dip. But I still really enjoy it nonetheless. And as for it finally getting a 4K release over here and a Blu-ray as well within that 4K, I would imagine it's long overdue. It's should have been a long time coming. I myself have got the 4K box set pre-ordered because, yeah, I do enjoy the film. It's one I watch frequently. And, yeah, like you said, to have it now, hopefully uncut as well, because, like you said, that DVD, it was cut to shreds. Even the last shot of the movie where the villain dies, that's cut out of the movie. You don't see that explosion. It's just gone on the DVD, but yeah, and hopefully now it'd be nice to have the complete movie on the 4K format and on a lovely box edition as well.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agree with it. What about yourself, Carlos? Eraser, would that be something you would pick up?
I mean, I'm a big Arnie fan. I mean, obviously Eastwood first, but Arnie. Yeah, I mean, any collector's edition of an Arnie movie, I'm up for. I've got to be honest. This bloody cat out. It's bloody doing my bloody head in.
Well, that's all right, because I've got one behind me and all.
I know, they just follows me about, chipping in the ear roll.
Well, it's got to be better than going for your balls all the time.
I'm surprised that this edition's coming out, because, I mean, if I'm really honest, I probably would have wanted End of Days. I probably saw that more as a selling point with the horror element. But yeah, I mean, I do say Eraser and End of Days are kind of my underrated Arnie movies, and I thought I would have been just happy with a steelbook 4K edition, and but to get a collector's edition, absolutely, I definitely will be ordering that one for sure. I'm a little bit concerned because they've not really shown anything on Xavi with what we're getting, which is not, sometimes with Arnie stuff, tends to get sold out pretty sharpish. But because nothing's been really images of being seen, fans and collectors kind of hold back until they see what they get for their money. And I can understand that because the collector's edition is, I think it's touching, was it £50 to £60?
It's $49.99.
Yeah, so you would expect that. You would expect that people to hold back. So yeah, for me as a movie, I really rate the movie, enjoyed the movie. So collector's edition for sure.
Yeah, same here. I'm hoping that they do like what Paramount did with Event Horizon. They do the blueprints for the depleted uranium round gun that he uses.
Yeah.
That would definitely be a selling point if he was to get those blueprints. But yeah, the steelbook is available on its own. Well, it is up for pre-order on its own as well. I think it's like $34.99.
Yeah.
So you're covered either way. You really, really are. But yeah, that was a surprise announcement. I think it's 1996 it came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, 30th anniversary. It's literally the right year for it, definitely. Right, the next one then. A Few Good Men, 4K steelbook. From what I've seen, there's no release date yet, and I don't know if it's going to be both US and UK or if it's just the US. Don't know what the artwork is going to be. Myself, I've not really seen the film. I mean, I've had the external VHS for donkey's years, and it's not one that I've really watched. But I'm intrigued by it. What about yourself, Andy? A Few Good Men.
See, the thing with me and A Few Good Men is, I think it's a cracking film. I think it's a great movie, but I've only ever seen it a handful of times. Like, we're talking single figures, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And I've already got it on 4K.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched the 4K yet. The last time I watched it was on Blu-ray. So, for me, getting a steelbook, it's not really something that's the top of my list right now. But again, I can't take anything away from the movie because it is a good film, but that disc rarely goes in my player. And it's just because it doesn't really appeal to my tastes as much. But I do like the movie. It's just the disc rarely goes in the player.
Yeah.
That's all I can
That's
say
understandable.
about it, really.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. That's understandable. What about yourself, Carlos?
I got to be honest, I'm exactly like Andy, what you just said there. And I already have the 4K, so and it's a great movie. I mean, great performances in it, and I remember going to the cinema to watch the movie. But if you're going to get something on 4K, you kind of want something a little bit special, in my opinion. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. Carlito's Way has been released on 4K twice. Arrow Video, we've had the Universal edition. Now they're going to bring a anniversary steelbook. For what reason? I don't know why. Because it's already been released on 4K, and it's just kind of repeating the same thing. So that steelbook, unless it's going to be a total new 4K master, maybe an Al Pacino feature, is there really any point in getting that? So I'm kind of with that with what Andy says. Again, I mean, since I bought it on 4K, I haven't seen it. I've seen it many times on Blu-ray. So I don't know if it really warrants a steelbook. And the likelihood is it's probably going to have the similar artwork as the slip does with the normal standard release. So maybe not so for me.
Yeah. No, again, as I say, that is completely understandable. As I say, for me, I've not seen the film, so I think if I wanted to check it out, I'd pick up the DVD first. If I did like it, then I would upgrade. But, I've got a feeling I'd be the same as you two. It would rarely go in my player. It would probably be like one watch a year or something. But You know, everyone's different. I mean, there might be people out there who turn and say, "Oh yeah, I'll pick that up," or "I like that. I want to get the steelbook over the," you know. So yeah, but no, it's completely understandable. It really is. Right, so we'll move on to the next one, which is out. I think it's the next few weeks, and it is Ben-Hur, which comes in three flavors. You've got your standard Amaray, you've got the 4K steelbook, and the 4K collector's set. Now, the standard 4K Amaray is $26.99. The steelbook is $39.99, I do believe, and the collector's edition is a bit more pricey at near enough pushing 60 quid. But apparently, you get 3 discs. I think you get 2 4Ks and a Blu-ray, and that's in each set. I do believe. I'm not too sure. For me, Ben-Hur, I've got the DVD and I still haven't watched it yet. But I think if it's one that I did like, I would probably just end up getting the normal Amaray because I like that artwork more than what's on the steelbook. It's got more of that kind of 50s vibe, like 50s poster vibe to it, which is really nice. And anyway, 40 quid for a steelbook and 60 quid for a collector's edition. I think that's pushing it a bit too much, especially when you look at the Hammer sets. 60 quid, you get 6 discs, a big thick book, posters, and other gubbins as well. So it doesn't seem like it's good value, but what do I know? Andy, Ben-Hur. Now, this is the Charlton Heston, like 1950s version. So, what do you know?
So, yeah, it's I do have the big all bells and whistles box edition on pre-order because I'm a big fan of the Warner Brothers sets. I own about 90% of the ones they've released. I think there's a few I haven't got just because I've got them on different formats. There's some of the titles I'm missing, but yeah, Ben-Hur, similar to A Few Good Men, it's a great movie. There's no denying that. It is a great movie, but again, it's not one that's going to go in my player a couple of times a year. It's one of these big, epic proportions, biblical, massive movies that for a lot of people, it's one of these giant pills you've got to swallow watching these types of movies. Like, it's of the proportions of Gone with the Wind and Lawrence of Arabia. It's one of these big epics. But yeah, I do like the movie. I think the 4K will look exceptional. But yeah, I've gone with the big all bells and whistles set, just because and I will watch it on 4K. We'll see what it's like. But similar to A Few Good Men, it's just not gonna replay it. The disc will be safe. The player won't be wearing it out. Let's just say that.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fair enough. That's fair enough. What about yourself, Carlos? Is Ben-Hur something you would be interested in?
It's a movie that warrants a collector's edition. I mean, it's such an epic movie. As much as I kind of like those gladiator type movies, and Spartacus, I've kind of sort of this year I said I've got to kind of cut back on some of these big collector's editions. But when you look at the set, what they're offering, and to be honest, for what they're giving for the collector's edition, £60, I think it's a worthy one. And I haven't actually ordered it. I'm kind of sort of in two minds because I sort of thought, a bit like kind of what Andy sort of just said. It may not be a movie that you're going to watch twice a year because it's 4 hours a pop sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, for anyone's collection, I mean, an edition like that is going to stand proud on one's shelf. There's no doubt about that. But I think probably I'm likely to grab it because I think it's one of those sets that if you don't grab it, because it's such an epic movie, you would kind of regret and say, "Oh well, you know, I only got the steelbook." But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's we just know it's going to look epic on 4K because it's one of those movies, you know, if they're going to do a 4K, they're going to spend time, they're going to really break it down slowly, and especially when the chariot races come on. I mean, you can imagine the sound, that's going to be absolutely exploding. So yeah, the chances are probably, I think most people would probably grab the movie on 4K. It just depends what type of edition they're going to grab.
Yeah.
I think it's a movie that needs to be on 4K, on a big home entertainment. You know, you great big setup. It deserves that for sure. But likely to get the collector set, I reckon I probably would.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair enough. I mean, I think for me, if, as I say, I would go for the Amaray one because I like the artwork on that one better. But if the collector set was to maybe come down because I'm a little bit of a cheap tart, I'd pick it up. I really would pick it up. But no, I'd be happy with just the Amaray. And just for everyone out there, I know I haven't put no cover arts up, but StreamYard has basically turned around and said, if I want to do that, I've got to pay for it, and I'm a cheap bastard and I can't be asked. So just imagine, if you will.
No, we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted for next month.
Yes. Unless I'm still a tight bastard by then. Right, moving on to another Warner Bros. Title, which was announced. Again, no release date. Don't know if it's going to have a steelbook or a collector's edition, and it is The Right Stuff, based around the first flight into space, starring Sam Shepard and a whole host of other people. I had the film on DVD. I really enjoyed it. It's 3 hours long, but
long movie, yeah,
it is. But it's a really, really good film with such a good cast. I mean, Dennis Quaid, Fred Ward, fantastic film. It's one that I might pick up, but I don't know. I mean, again, as you said, Carlos, about Ben-Hur, if they do the transfer, then it'll be a no-brainer. I'll pick it up because I love anything to do with going into space, you know, and the whole moon landing and stuff like that, and NASA. I just love it. So I'll definitely pick it up. What about yourself, Andy? Right Stuff. Would it be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, again, it's one of these movies that I've only seen a handful of times, maybe once or twice. But it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've seen it. So yeah, probably the next time I watch it probably will be that 4K release, whatever it is. I hope it's a big edition because I want every movie to get an extravagant edition, you know.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely love that. But whatever the top end edition is, whether it's a big boxed edition or just a steelbook, yeah, I'll get it because it is a really good film. I really enjoy it, but yeah, just not one that I rewatch again a hell of a lot. But it is a well-made movie.
Yeah. Yeah, easily. And I just to interject just before we get to you, Carlos, I do have to agree because it is such a long film. It's one of those films that you can only watch every so often. It's not one that you could just go, oh, I've got a spare hour and a half, just pop it on, and then you end up having to stop it and then come back to it. Like, you can't do that. It's one of those, you know. So yeah, no, I totally get that. I think I've only seen it about 3 times myself. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, Carlos, The Right Stuff. Is that something?
I've only seen it once back in the VHS days, and it was a quite popular title in the video store days. And to be honest, I can't remember much about it. I know all that I do remember, it was a pretty long-ass movie. I probably would just pick up the standard 4K release. I'm not the biggest kind of fan, sort of space type movies going into space and stuff. But I would kind of look at that movie that I'd probably like it more as a more sort of matured in age sort of thing. So I think probably a standard release would do for me. It's a movie I've never owned
Yeah.
in my collection, but definitely revisit because it's been many decades since I last watched that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I think the last time I see it was on DVD, and it was in the old Warner Brothers snapper case. That's how long
See what
ago
I
it
mean?
was since I
Yeah.
see it. Yeah. So that was what, 98, 97, 98, and it was one of the ones that came through my first ever DVD player. So yeah.
I think it was a movie that was either late 80s or early 90s. So, that's many years since I last watched it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a good film though. Really, really good film. Right, moving on to one more from the studio back catalogues, and it's one that I only see a couple of days ago, and it is The Substitute with Tom Berenger, and it's getting a 4K release, sadly in the US only at the moment on the Vestron Collectors label, and it's coming out March 17th. I did have a look for it on, I think it was actually the Lionsgate website, and it's $40. So I don't know if it's up on Amazon, but you can always go and check on that. I mean, it's not a film that I've seen, but
No.
I do like the films where someone has to take on the role of a teacher to draw someone out, or going undercover, that kind of thing. So it's one that I'm tempted to check out if it does get a 4K release over here. What about yourself, Andy? The Substitute.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Mike. Really, it's one I've never seen, but I've heard some good things through the grapevine about the movie. But I'm probably just gonna, as it's one I've never seen before, I'm probably gonna just take a punt on the Blu-ray. Try and get myself a copy of it to give it a watch first, and then if I'm blown away and I think it could, it's worthy in my mind of upgrading to 4K, then that's when I'll bite the bullet. But for right now, I'll put my pursuits on getting a Blu-ray just because I've never seen it.
Yeah. I think that's probably something that I would do as well. So that's understandable. That's understandable. What about yourself, Carlos?
It's actually one that I've never seen.
Wow.
I mean, Tom Berenger. I mean, I always, when Platoon came out, I had really high hopes for him that he was going to be this big, sort of like one of the new uprising kind of big male leads, but it didn't kind of pan out that way. I thought he had a good look. He could have played the tough guy quite easy. I loved his role in Platoon and his career. I mean, he was in other movies, but they just didn't really, big sort of movies didn't really come his way. And I think it's a shame, really, because like I say, he had a good look. So probably, no, I'd probably give this one a miss. Like I say, there's just so much stuff to get out there. So you really kind of want to get, your pre-orders. I mean, if there's a cheap copy going around, or it comes out in the UK, I'd probably give it a go. Like I say, he was an actor I did enjoy watching. It's just a shame he wasn't pushed to the limit for me, Tom Berenger.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
Yeah, so totally highly unlikely that I'd get it on a pre-order, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I mean, I do remember him in Someone to Watch Over Me. I've not seen the film. I just remember him being on the front cover with. Yeah, that's Mimi Rogers, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I think he's also in Detox as well with Sylvester Stallone, and he was pretty good in that as well. I mean, as I say, I'll probably do the same as Andy. Just pick up a cheap Blu-ray or DVD, even if it's cheaper than the Blu-ray, and just give it a go. See what's what, really. So moving off of there, we've got two more, I think, in this section. The first one is one that actually took me by surprise, and it's The Hateful Eight 4K. Again, don't know if it's going to be US then UK or just US only. Don't know if it's going to be a steelbook or what. At the moment, it's just announced. I've not seen The Hateful Eight. I know obviously it's parallels with The Thing, even having Kurt Russell in the film as well, and like being set in just like one location. It is a film I think I've got it on Blu-ray, so I'm going to have to check it out. But yeah, so Andy, The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Would you pick it up, or have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it a few times. Yeah, it's probably one of Tarantino's most underrated films, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It does get a lot of unnecessary flack, that movie, I think, from critics. So it can be too slow and too long, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I do think there is a slow burn build up to it, but that last 45 minutes, half an hour, is some of the best Tarantino dialogue he's put in a movie, in my opinion. It's just so gripping and entertaining. I just really, really enjoy it. I've got the Blu-ray of it. Tarantino, his movies are some of the ones I need to finish upgrading to 4K, because I've kind of got the first half of his career on 4K, the early stuff, up to Kill Bill, and then Inglourious Bastards, I should say, and then there's little gaps there that I need to finish. Some of the later ones, like Django and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Hateful Eight, this one. So yeah, I would be down for getting it on 4K eventually, but I'm just not in a big rush. It's not, again, not top of my list, but it is a good film. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's absolutely cool. As I say, I need to give it a watch anyway, so I'll probably be in 2 months about picking up on 4K at the moment anyway. But Carlos has got a smile on his face. I've got a feeling he's probably going to go for it.
Well, you know that I'm a bit of a Western fan, so it's a definite pre-order.
Yeah.
I do agree with what Andy says. It is highly underrated. I mean, Hateful Eight for me is The Thing with a touch of The Great Silence, touch of the unusual, the Usual Suspects, all mixed into one. I'm hoping it's going to be the extended version, because obviously all the physical media releases all around the world, UK, worldwide, they only released the theatrical version. The extended cut, which is actually on Netflix, which they made, I think 2019, they broke it down into 4 chapters, and I think it's an extra 25 minutes. It's much better. I mean, I've got a bootleg sort of extended cut. It's a whole lot better. I mean, yeah, I get it. People say it's a kind of more of a slow burner, but then with all those characters in the cabin, and you know a little bit, you got an extra 25 minutes on the characters, so you can kind of decide who's real and who's the suspect and who's the fake one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's a little bit like Cluedo sort of thing. It's a mystery, but I'm just hoping that is going to be the extended. At least give the option. So I'm hoping that. I imagine it's going to be probably Steelbook, because obviously the Kill Bill 1 and 2, Jackie Brown, and all those other ones, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, all that sort of 4K collectors, Steelbook editions. Obviously, Imprint released quite a few of them in those little box collector sets, which, I picked up the Kill Bill and the Jackie Brown ones. So I think for the Hateful Eight, if Imprint done one of those, I probably would go for it. But I get that. But then again, it really does depend on the extended cut. I think most fans would be hoping, let's get the extended cut.
Yeah, or at least, as you say, give people the option to watch either by having both cuts in the box.
Yeah,
even if like the 4-hour version is spread across a couple of discs, or what, or have it done like the Netflix series split up into episodes. That would be.
Yeah, it's just 4 chapters. It's just 4 chapters, but then I mean, I think you would absolutely love the movie. I mean, for me, who steals the show? I don't know. I mean, Andy, just say who your favourite character. But for me, Kurt Russell was one of my favourite ones. Samuel L. Jackson, but Walter Goggins, by Christ, he was absolutely hilarious. the scenes with Walter Goggins and Samuel Jackson it's just hilarious when you see there's a certain scene in the cabin that just absolutely cracks me up between the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, I do like Walt Goggins. He is quite funny, no matter what he's in, even if he's playing a serious role. You just can't help but just have a smirk on your face because you expect him to come out with something funny, you know. But yeah, no, I think Hateful Eight is something I do need to check out still, you know. But yeah, I must admit, I'm looking forward to watching it. And as I say, if I do like it, I'll probably end up getting, if it comes out over here on 4K Steelbook, I'll probably end up picking it up anyway to go with the other ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so moving on to the last one of the back catalogue studio releases, we have got one that I never actually thought would come out on 4K. Well, not from this company anyway. West Side Story, the Robert Wise original from 1961, I do believe. And it's going to be a media book from Cape Light Pictures. And it's going to have 3 discs, 4K, Blu-ray, and a bonus disc. So I love West Side Story. I never thought I would actually say those words. But I think I watched it about 15 years ago and I fell in love with it ever since. It's just such a great film. You know, all the songs work. All the acting is just top tier, especially Richard Baymer, you know, as Tony, and George Takaris as well, and Natalie Wood and Russ Tamlin, all of them just is so well casted, so well acted, and it's just even the music is just infectious. So yeah, I'll definitely be picking up that when it comes out. I think it's actually no, I don't think it's got a release date yet, from what I remember. But yeah, it's definitely one I'll be picking up. What about yourself, Andy?
Yeah, I'll definitely look into getting it because I can imagine it looking absolutely stellar on 4K. But I don't love the movie as much as you. I'm sorry to say, but I would still get the 4K of it just because I think it would look amazing on 4K. But I wouldn't, similar to those other movies I've mentioned, my player's not going to wear it out because it's not going to go in.
Yeah.
But not taking anything away, but yeah, it's yeah, I'd go for the 4K eventually, but I'm just not. I haven't pressed the pre-order button yet.
Yeah,
because it's just not top of my list. But I'm glad you like the movie as much as you do, Mike, because that's a great thing. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's one I'm probably going to wait. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can totally get that. I can totally get that. What about yourself?
I got to be honest, I'm not really a musical guy. I've only seen the movie once, and that was kind of a late Saturday night on BBC TV. It's okay. It's okay for me. And, you know, these classic movies deserve that 4K transfer because I think a lot of the older movies, they get the bigger upscale than a lot of these modern day movies. So, yeah, bring more classic movies onto 4K. Yeah. I'm definitely up for that. But as for me purchasing that movie, there's 2 chances. Probably slim and none. I'm afraid.
I thought he was going to say they've got 2 hopes of me pre-ordering it. Bob hope and no hope. Well, that's all right. I'll tell you what. We'll pre-order it for Nigel. I'm sure he'll love it.
Oh yeah.
And we'll even throw in a copy of Alien just to make sure.
But I mean, like, you know, we all do like the odd sort of musical. I mean, you know, I love Grease. You know, I think everyone loves a certain musical. I mean, Nigel loves Footloose, believe it or not. So, you know, so we shouldn't really be surprised that you actually enjoy that movie. You know, it's, you know, horses for courses.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it's what you like, isn't it? So
yeah. I mean, I must admit, with Mum watching it as often as she has done, that's what got me into it years ago. Even with The Sound of Music, I never thought I would love it as much as I do, but it's just such a good film. especially with the World War II backdrop as well. You know, I just think it's an amazing film. Even just going off of topic just quickly, even that 4K looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I picked it up. I really, really am. Right. So that's the end of that segment. So we're going to go into the comments. Of course, when we've talked about the releases, please let us know in the comments what ones you're hoping to get, and even what ones you're hoping will come out. And you never know, we might even see what pops up later, said the porn actress to the bishop. Anyway, the first comment, we've got Dan of Diary of a Movie Fan. It's great to see you back on YouTube, buddy. He's saying evening all, and he admits that it's overwhelming with the amount of nice editions that are coming out, especially with some of the prices as well. He says collector's display in HMV is bigger than the studio section. In the Harlow one, it's actually really small. It's about yay tall and about yay wide. So yeah. And he also says that he's tempted with some of the releases of his favourite movies like Double Impact, Seven and a few others. He says he's going to pick up Hard Boiled. He'd like House Party, but it's 30 quid, which is too steep, which, I have to agree with. That's why I'm happy with the price I've got paid for a Raging Bull, 20 quid. You know, absolute bargain. But no, totally agree with you, mate. Totally agree. Next up, we've got Alan wishing us a very good evening. Hello.
Hi there, Alan.
Hope you're well, mate. He says about when they released Frankenstein on 4K, they did a cinema run of it. Yes, I remember them advertising that. Sadly, it wasn't played round here, otherwise I would have gone to see it. And he's hoping they do the same with Dracula. He also says about travelling back in time and what movie would you like to see at their premiere. He says King Kong 1933 for him, as it was years ahead of its time. And it was the first film to have background incidental music. That is a very good question. Well, for me, I've got a few. But for the one I'm going to have to pick, it would have to be The Thing. It really would have to be The Thing for the atmosphere. And just seeing that film on the big screen for the first time, those special effects. What? How amazing that would be. Andy, what about yourself? What would you pick?
Yeah, this one is one that I missed when it came out. I think just because I was just too young to see it. I was about 3 when it came out, and it absolutely annoys me that this is the only one in the series I haven't seen, because I've seen all. What is there now? I think there's 7 movies in the series. I've seen all 6 of the sequels at the cinema, but I've never seen the original film at the cinema, and it's Jurassic Park. I would have loved to have gone back and seen that on the big screen, because Jurassic Park, for me, not only is it the best of the series, I can take or leave the rest of the sequels. It pains me that that's the only one I've not seen at the cinema. But for me, Jurassic Park and Terminator 2, for me, are the 2 movies that perfectly know how to utilize both CGI and practical effects in movies.
Yeah.
They knew exactly the right amount to use. Those 2 films for me in movie, and they just pulled it off. And for Jurassic Park to tell the story it's telling at that time, don't think anyone had ever seen anything like it. The cast is amazing. The John Williams score is amazing. For Spielberg to co-direct that and Schindler's List at the same time, how he pulled that off, I don't know. But yeah, it would be Jurassic Park. I mean, I would just love to be sat there in an audience watching that for the first time and just going, wow.
Yeah.
No other words to describe that film for me. So yeah, it's Jurassic Park.
Yeah. No, I have to agree. The first time I see that was on VHS. I think I had it bought for Christmas, and even on like a 4:3 ratio TV. I think it was like a 21-inch telly. I was just like, whoa! And I was what, about 11, 12 at the time. Just blew me away, even on VHS. What about yourself, Carlos?
I'm going to sound like an old bastard because Andy, I'd seen both of those at the cinema, and they were a big deal. I mean, especially T2, and I've said this many times on the live stream. The perfect trailer is a teaser trailer, and when they done the Terminator 1, Terminator 2, you just see him pop up as a robot, and we were just like, wow. And the rest is history. Obviously, Jurassic Park. A lot of people were getting pumped up for that. Even just seeing the brief scenes of some of the dinosaurs running, and when you had that famous scene where Sam Neill looks up.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've only seen the movie a couple of times, and what Andy said. They've done that absolutely perfect. So I get that. I suppose I'm not going to say the good, the bad, and the ugly because that's normally the obvious one. So I'd probably say I'd love to have seen Dirty Harry on the big screen because it was fairly controversial, that type of character for its day. And probably Jaws. But then again, Jaws in the 70s because that movie was a big deal. And it was one of the biggest movies for that decade. So yeah, those two movies for sure.
No, it's good picks. Good picks for both of you. I must admit, I would have killed to see any of those premieres, especially Dirty Harry. Especially seeing him step on Scorpio's leg, where he's going, I have the right. No, you fucking haven't.
Jurassic Harry.
Jurassic Harry.
Jurassic Harry and Dirty Park.
That sounds all wrong, that does.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that sounds like a really dodgy porno.
Dirty Park is that's when you know you haven't made it if you've wound up there.
Especially with all your bits hanging out. Anyway, moving on. We have Scott here saying, evening, guys. Good evening, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Hope you're well, mate. He says he's going to catch the stream on playback and he hopes we have a fantastic one. Have a good time. Well, thank you very much, mate. Thank you for popping your head around the corner. It's just a shame you didn't buy us a drink before you left, your little sod. Yeah. Although he did say physical media is not fucking dying. No, it's not.
No.
It's not.
He loved it when I had that rant on the previous stream with Pete. I mean, that kind of what I went off a little bit there, didn't I?
No, you know what? As I said to you before, it's best just to get it all out in the open. And something like that, I think that's what we're all here for. So, no, could not agree more with both of you. It's not fucking dying. It's like hula hoops. They'll be around forever.
Yeah.
And we've got Alan at Physical Media Lives here saying to thank Andy for getting him barred from his local Domino's. That sounds really, apparently you can't keep asking for butcher's salami as a topping. There's a breaking point. Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
As long as he didn't ask for a Ring Piece Pete special.
Yeah.
No, you don't want one of those.
No. We got Collector Adam here saying good evening to all three of us and also to Alan, Scott, and everyone in the chat. And they're all doing well. Here's to a great stream and the best of company. Well, thank you very much, mate. Yes, it is. Everyone that comes on the stream is always going to be great company. So, but it is much appreciated, mate. It really is. And we got Jim saying that now he's here, we can begin. Well, you're about 44 minutes too late, mate, because we've already started.
Hey, Jim.
Hi there, Jim.
Hope you're doing well, my friend. And he also says about your dodgy internet issues again. I think it's because the sound keeps dipping every so often when you're just about to talk. I don't know.
Oh, is it me? Is it?
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Either that or his internet keeps cutting out, probably because he's watching some rather dodgy movies. Anyway, he also says about not owning Eraser, although he does enjoy it. But word is that he'll be getting a Blu-ray copy of it soon. Well, I hope you enjoy it, mate, because it's such a cracking film.
My copy that I've actually sent to him. It was an American Blu-ray release, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why certain Arnie movies just don't get the releases over in this country.
I know. I had to import the US Blu-ray. I think it cost me about 12 quid.
Yeah.
Still, best 12 quid I ever spent.
Got the German one with the horrible blue age rating on it.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, I hate that. It's great when you can reverse the covers, though, so you haven't got that on there.
Yeah. But the Eraser one didn't have the reversible cover, which was annoying. Yeah.
That's shit. That really is shit.
Yeah.
But to make do in a couple of months' time, we should be all right.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
Unless just... Well, that's all right. Just for you, we'll get a great big blue sticker and put it right over Arnie's face.
Put it in the corner.
Yeah.
And Jim has also said that, Carlos, you're always chasing pussy out the door because you're such a stud.
Do you know what? I was waiting for one comment like that. It was either going to be Jim or it was going to be Alan. It was one of the two of them.
You know what? I actually had a feeling it would be Jim. And he also says that Few Good Men is a great movie and that he doesn't know if it needs a 4K. Well, I think if they've done the picture justice, like on, I don't know, the original 4K release, then I mean it might even be the same disc. I'm not too sure. So, but Dan says that it's a brilliant film, but a standard release just serves its purpose. Doesn't quite appeal like a movie that I connect a certain memory or feeling to. No, that's understandable. That's understandable. It's a bit like me and Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Whenever I watch it, I think back to that first time that I ever see it on Betamax, or like a Betamax TV recording. It just takes me straight back there. So even the 4K now, it's just, you know. And we have Jeff popping his head round the corner of the bar saying,
"Hello there, Jeff.
Evening, guys.
Hey, Jeff.
Hope you're well, mate, and glad you could join us." Talking, and Jim also quite envious of your movie collection, Andy. So we'll make Sigmund Freud proud.
Oh, thanks very much, Jim. Yeah. Oh, it's growing, and there's going to be a big. There's going to be I don't want to say clear out, but a big reorganization coming, and hopefully a tour video as well in the pipe works.
And also of his collection too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Andy's picked quite a lot of the old Kino 4Ks these last couple of updates. Yeah, hell of a lot.
Yeah. My next video next week, that's going to have a load of Kinos in it as well. I've been on a right Kino binge lately.
Yeah.
While I do like their releases, that their 4Ks, I just kind of pick and choose.
Yeah.
Because I sort of think, are some of those going to get released in the UK and they're going to have a collector's edition over there? So sometimes you kind of think, But I do love the label because those types of movies that they put, those kind of tough guy 60s and 70s movies, I just love those movies. It's just a shame we haven't got a certain label like that over here in the UK. That kind of timeline or decades of movies. But yeah, I mean, like I say, Andy's picked a hell of a lot of Kino. It kind of actually got me thinking. I started looking on eBay for some Kino ones. I was thinking, I do need an upgrade of that one. I do need that one, but they can get quite pricey, especially if you
they can.
if you want the slip cover.
Oh bloody hell, yeah! I'll tell you what. Hang on, I'll show you the one that I picked up recently, just quickly. and it is. Come here, you bastard. Wayne's World 2. And that was 30 quid from Amazon US.
I'm not a Wayne's World fan. And there's just something about those two guys.
Yeah, can't remember Carlos saying
Wayne's World.
I know. I grew up with the films, so I absolutely love them. But I had to pick that up. And I'm glad it came with the slip as well. I really am.
That's one of the few ones that's got reversible artwork as well on the cover. Yeah.
What you mean?
That
yes. Artwork? Yeah. I swapped it over from that because I thought there's no point having that twice. So But you watch it with just my luck. Paramount turn around and say, "Oh, we're going to release it in a 4K steelbook with even more special features."
Yeah,
bastards.
That is my only gripe about Kino. I mean, when they do a 4K edition, when they just repeat with the slipcover, it seems pretty pointless, and it's a shame, really, because you think, you're not asking much. It's like what Andy says. If you get like a slipcover and a sleeve that are totally different, it's now really rare, and it's getting quite rare with Scream Factory, because Scream Factory always used to have alternative artwork. But some of those two US labels, it's very rare when they do that. It only really seems to be Vinegar Syndrome that are doing anything sort of different, different slip covers and stuff like that. It's just a shame, because like, how much is a sleeve and a slip cover? It's not really, it's a piece of card, it's a piece of paper, and
exactly.
Because I ordered the Kino Red Dragon, and it didn't have a slip, and I knew when I was buying it didn't have one, because someone was selling the slipcover for, I think they were selling it for £5, and I was like, So it worked out cheaper to buy the slip and the 4K separately than buy the 4K.
Wow.
With the slip. So they both turned up separately, and I've just put them together, and that's job done.
Awesome.
Kino.
Nice.
Yeah, this one arrived today, and I just watched this before coming on the stream, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. Wings Hauser in Vice Squad.
Oh, I still need to see that.
No, that was a pretty dark and brutal movie, but
wow.
Wow. I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't amazing, didn't blow my socks off, but I did enjoy it. Did have fun with it. Yeah,
I think I've got the original Shout Factory Blu-ray of that somewhere in the midst of time. That's my collection. But anyway, right. Well, I'll tell you what. Seeing as though we're talking about imports, we're going to move along to the next section. You know what? We're going to put the two together because there's only a couple of releases: Vinegar Syndrome and Kino Lorber. Well, the ones that I've made notes of anyway. And we're going to go with Vinegar Syndrome first. We've got Body of Evidence with Madonna and Willem Dafoe. Now, that's a film that I've not seen, at least not the nudie parts anyway. But, I was too young to know better, and I was flicking between that and something else on another channel. It's just so I could catch all the good bits.
What was you flicking?
Yeah, I was going to say that. What were you flicking? Fucking hell.
Well, it wasn't a bean. But it's not a film that I've seen. I mean, I don't even know if I'd be interested in it. I've got a VHS, which was free, and I've not even seen that yet. So, and there's also Demon Warp as well, starring George Kennedy. Apparently, it's your typical monster in the woods killing people kind of movie, So I'm interested in that because it's George Kennedy, and it sounds a bit like, well, Night Beast, Prophecy, like the monster in the woods kind of thing. So I might give that a go. What about yourself, Andy? Body of Evidence and Demon Warp. Have you ever heard of Demon Warp? Or
I've never heard of Demon Warp. I do have. I think it's a final cut. Put it out over here. The Blu-ray of Body of Evidence.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's not a film I'll be rushing to get the 4K of. It's not a great movie. It's got a decent cast, but it's more famous for Madonna getting a kit off in the movie. That's what it's known. That's what it's renowned for. But it was one of these sort of Basic Instinct knockoffs.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about the movie. That's all it's known for. You know, it's just Madonna getting a kit off, and it was a rip off of Basic Instinct. They're the two things, really. Yeah.
So it's basically, if you think of, I don't know, let's just say Basic Instinct is Waitrose, Body of Evidence is Quick Save.
Yeah.
Would that be a good comparison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I actually didn't mind Body of Evidence. I mean, when I saw, I mean, it's been a while since I see it, and what Andy's described, it is a Basic Instinct, and it's known for Madonna getting her tits out. Maybe I was kind of just blown away with that. There was, I mean, there was that candle wax scene in there that everybody spoke about, and I thought it was okay. I mean, like I say, William Dafoe's an actor that I do enjoy. Does it really warrant a 4K collector's edition on Vinegar Syndrome? Maybe not. It's a movie I haven't revisited, but no, I probably wouldn't spend that sort of money to get it for 4K. I mean, that George Kennedy movie, I don't think I've heard of that one, if I'm really honest. But then, having said that, George Kennedy's done a shitload of movies through his career. So I wouldn't know if I'd seen that one or not, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Every time you see a film description, it's starring George Kennedy. He's in that and all.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he just pops up in a cameo or supporting sort of actor's role. I mean, he's always fun to watch, but I can kind of get it that what people would grab it as a blind buy because I think it'd be quite funny. Like, I get that. Yeah, but there's just so much stuff to get out there to give that a shot as a blind buy for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I mean, if it had a DVD release over here, which I'm probably thinking it hasn't, so it might have to be the VHS route, I'd probably give that a go before even considering picking that up. You know, but yeah, as you say, George Kennedy, you know. Yeah, I didn't even know he was in Creepshow 2 until I watched it. I was like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
It's like he might as well just walk on with a sign saying, yes, it's me. I'm in this and all, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just something about George Kennedy that no matter what he's in, he always, I don't know, he just makes it better just by being in the film. I don't know where he is.
Like even bar the new one, he shows up in all the Naked Gun films.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. It was hilarious. Yeah. Especially I think it's in the first one where they're saying about something and he turns around and he goes, sex, Frank. He goes, not right now, thanks.
Yeah.
I think they made a thing about it. As soon as he got older, especially a lot of the movies in kind of like the 80s, he would just pop in a movie for 5-10 minutes and that'd be it. You know, they just have him in the movie sort of thing. I mean, he was in Delta Force with Chuck Norris. I mean, he was old then and he played a priest. And he was barely in it. He was just a passenger on the plane. And he was barely in it for 10-15 minutes and that was it.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is he played such a good part in it, even though he was in it for such a small amount of time.
Remember?
You
remember?
Yeah, exactly. But you know, it's George Kennedy, as I say. What can I say? And then for the Kino Lorber title, I know there is more out there, but as I say, I forgot to write them down. Throw Mother from the Train, Billy Crystal, Danny DeVito, and Anne Ramsey. Now, I do remember watching this film back in the early 90s, I think it was, on Sky, but I don't remember a thing about it. I really don't.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. I need to watch it again. I really do. Will I pick up the release from Kino Lorber? Probably. I think. Actually, I think it might be a definite. What about yourself, Andy?
It's funny you should mention that one because that is one I do have on pre-order.
I thought as much.
Yeah, I put a big order in with the seller I get them off. I put a big order in. I think I ordered about 7 Kino titles that are coming out. There was that one, K2, the Phantom, the Phantom with Billy Zane. I was like, yeah, I've got to have that.
Yeah,
and I think the other one was the Christopher Reeve movie, Somewhere in Time. That's getting Kino 4K as well.
Yes,
and there were
yes.
There were a couple of other ones as well that I ordered. I put the order in, and then about 5 minutes later, the fella cancelled it, and he sent me a message and he said, "You're gonna have to order them all individually because if I put an order in like that, I've got to pay tax on it. So you'll have to reorder them all again individually." So I was like, oh, okay. So that was a roundabout sort of annoyance trying to get around that, but I was like, nah, that's fair enough, because I don't want them getting taxed or anything like that because it was over a certain amount getting them imported.
Yeah,
but I was like, yeah, no bother at all. So I had to order them all again because I'm a bit of I've sort of this year I've turned into a bit of a Kino hound. Absolutely, I'm a fiend for Kino releases at the minute. I'm just loving them. But yeah, Throw Mama from the Train, the loose sort of remake of the Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train. Kind of like two people meet and they kind of both want someone bumping out of their lives, so to try and sort of throw the scent off for the police, they both sort of swapped and were like, yeah, I'll murder the person you want bumping off and you do the one I want bumping off type of scenario. And I remember Danny DeVito's mum being Ma Fratelli from the Goonies, and I was like, oh, yeah. She's just been right pain in the ass for him, but yeah, it's I haven't seen it since DVD, and I was like, oh, it's getting a Kino release. Yeah, that'll look nice on the shelf in the Kino collection. So
yeah,
that was one of the ones I pre-ordered in that bundle. So yeah, definitely looking forward to getting it when it comes out. I think it's in a few months.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I might have to pre-order it for my birthday. Birthday present to myself, from myself. Thank you. What about yourself, Carlos? I mean,
absolutely fantastic comedy. I mean, it's one of the movies that's been crying out for a release on Blu-ray because we've never had a release on Blu-ray here or the States. I don't know why, because it's one of those great comedies from the 80s. Danny DeVito directed comedy. It's hilarious. I mean, Billy Crystal, Danny DeVito, and the lady's name, Ramsey. I forgot her name.
And Ramsey.
And Ramsey, yeah. I mean, she even had was awarded an Academy Award nomination, which I was hoping at the time she was going to get. It actually was a movie that I hired out from the stores twice because it's that good. It's that good, and there's a few other sort of comedies like that from that sort of period. I think another one's The Fugitives with Martin Short and Nick Nolte that never got released on Blu-ray. Down and Out in Beverly Hills with Nick Nolte and Richard Dreyfuss would be another one. Ruthless People with Bette Midler and Danny DeVito. Again, that one deserves a Blu-ray release or 4K. So Ruthless People. Throw Mama from the Train. I think it was scheduled to get released at the end of the year, but it was kind of delayed. But happy it's actually coming out. So I will be pre-ordering that one for sure because it's a fantastic comedy.
And I'll tell you what, you said about fantastic comedies. I can see the DVD recently that I picked up of All of Me from with Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin. That's a great film. Absolutely great film. I would love to see that get a 4K release. I'd be all over that like a fat kid with cake. I really would. I really, really would. There was another one as well I picked up, and for the life of me, I can't think what one it was. No, it's gone. I can't actually think what one it was, but yeah, that
even
definitely that one.
even another comedy that needs a proper nice release would be Stakeout with Emilio Estevez
Yeah,
and Richard Dreyfuss again. You know, there's so many great comedy movies that
yeah.
don't, you know, need a bit of love and you know, a bit
Mm.
of appreciation. So you know, if Kino can get get them out, and then that sort of label that would release these sort of
Yeah.
movies, yeah, you know, like I'll be doing a bigger Kino order than Andy next.
Yeah. There's also I just remembered the other one I was thinking of. It's not one that I've got on DVD. It's I think it's not what's the one with Bette Midler and they kidnap her? I think that might be the one with Danny
Ruthless
DeVito.
People.
That's
Yeah,
Ruthless People.
yeah, that is it. Yeah. So for some reason, I was thinking it was Outrageous Fortune. I must be more tired than I thought. Yeah, no, I would love Outrageous Fortune on 4K. That is so funny. Absolutely cracking film. Really is. I'll tell you what, we're going to add Shout Factory in there as well for the this part of the import section. And there's only the two that I made a note of so far, which is the Deer Hunter 4K Steelbook, which doesn't actually look that bad, but yeah, another 4K release. And Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow on 4K Steelbook. Now, I've not seen the Deer Hunter at all.
Wow.
I know. I do need to watch it. Sky Captain the World of Tomorrow, I thought it was good pulpy fun. I think it would look excellent on 4K. The Steelbook, which sadly I can't even put the picture up of it. The Steelbook looks absolutely terrible. Absolutely woeful. I mean, if you think back to the very late 80s of like the computer game cover arts, like some of them were really, really bad. It just looks like that. It just looks like real low budget, bottom of the barrel, bargain basement computer game artwork. You know, you think, oh yeah, this is going to be great, and it turns out it's right load of old cack. You know, it's that kind of artwork. You know, if it was to get a standard 4K release, I'd pick it up, but the Steelbook, not all that interested in. Andy, I'm guessing you've seen the Deer Hunter.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that Steelbook only because I've got the old Bells and Whistles Studio Canal release.
Yeah,
that sort of covers all bases for me. But again, the Deer Hunter, it's not a movie that goes in my player very often. It's a long movie. It's don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. It's well made. But my word, that is like you've got to set some time aside and be in the right mood for that film. It's very, very taxing when you watch it. It's just the first half of it is like it's pretty much a wedding in real time. And then the second half of it, that's when all the war stuff kicks in and all the Russian roulette stuff that the movie's known for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a roller coaster of emotions, that movie. But
wow.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with the Studio Canal release, so I will be sticking with that.
No, that's fair enough, mate. What about Sky Captain the World of Tomorrow? Have you seen it or?
Never seen the film. Know of it. Remember it coming out. Remember seeing trailers for it, but I've just never got round to watching it.
I'd say give it a go. As I say, it's pulpy fun. It's like an alternative, like 1930s, and there's even like archive footage of Laurence Olivier in it. He's actually in the film, and he's only in it for like not even a couple of minutes, but it's well done. It's very, very well done. I just have a lot of fun with it. I really do. Yeah. What about yourself, Carlos? The Deer Hunter and Sky Captain World of Tomorrow. I'm guessing that you've got the Deer Hunter.
Yeah, I do have that edition. That was it Sky Captain?
Sky Captain the World of Tomorrow. It's got Jude Law in it and Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, I think I'll give that one. I'm not really much of a fan of Jude Law, if I'm honest. So I'll give that one a miss. I mean, the Deer Hunter, I got the same edition that Andy's got, and that's got everything in there. I mean, for yourself, definitely get Deer on 4K. I kind of get where people say about the wedding thing. It never bothered me personally, because I think what they do with that wedding scene. I mean, people say it's a bit boring, it's a little bit slow. I don't look at it like that for the movie. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of it wants you to kind of warm characters. You know how well they love themselves as friends and family. So it kind of makes you sort of feel and care for the characters. And obviously, what happens over there and the aftermath is really, really shown in full detail. It was a movie that I knew about. It was one of the movies that was always rented from the video stores. I wasn't quite old enough to hire the movie out until one night watching it on BBC Two. Absolutely shocked when I saw the Russian roulette scenes. It was like Andy says, it's known for that, but it's a really well directed movie. And Christopher Walken, even John Cazale, Robert De Niro, Meryl Streep, early Meryl Streep, all fantastic performances. One of the best movies with sort of five great actors at their peak or kind of upcoming. Great movie. But a steel book, no, not for me, because like Andy and myself, we've got that big sort of box edition with the book, the screenplay, and inside it. So
yeah,
it's just another re-release, isn't it? So
yeah, sadly so. I mean, wasn't there a 4K steelbook already released in the States of that?
Yeah, it's one of them movies that's
Yeah.
been released several times.
Well, that's something that I don't really get. They release it once on steelbook, then they release it again on steelbook. I don't see the point yet. I really, really don't. Right, before we get to the next section, we'll go through just a few more of the comments if I can get my mouse turned on. Right, Jim says all he's picked up this week is Predator Badlands and Sisu Road to Revenge, two of the best action movies of 25 in his opinion. I've not seen Sisu Road to Revenge, never even seen the first one, but I have to agree with Predator Badlands. I loved it at the cinema, and I will be picking it up, but I'll be picking up the standard edition. I'm not too fussed about the steelbook for that one, although when it's out of print and goes for about 150 quid on eBay, my mind will definitely change. It always does. Always does. Andy, Predator Badlands and Sisu Road to Revenge. What are your thoughts on them?
Yeah. Saw both of them at the cinema. Really enjoyed them both. Zissou Road to Revenge, that arrived last week on 4K. I just opted for the standard edition because it did get a steelbook, only because I've got the first one on standard as well. I think the pair of them, although I haven't done it yet, I think the pair of them would make a great double feature. They're sort of like John Wick, but set during like the Second World War. It's like that kind of movie. But yeah, they are really good, really entertaining stuff. The action in the second one is amazing, really is. Predator Badlands, I enjoyed it with the direction it took. I thought it would be great as a one-off, that type of story, that type of film. I wouldn't say like continue doing Predator movies like that. Just kind of worked as a one-off for me. But a bit like yourself, Mike, I've opted for the standard release that's coming out next week. I thought the artwork for the steelbook was terrible.
Yeah,
it was terrible. I thought it was so bad. But I thought they nailed it with the standard slipcover that hopefully we're getting, because that looked really good.
Yeah. I have to agree with that. I didn't even realise it was out next week. I thought it was like a couple of weeks time.
Yeah.
So, I might have to pick that up on payday then, which is next Friday. Yeah. What about yourself, Carlos?
I'll be honest, the Predator Badlands, I did see the trailer. It didn't really grab me, but then having said that, I do need to watch Prey, so I am a bit behind on the Predator movies. Sisu, that does interest me, but again, I need to see the first movie. A lot of people have told me it's a great action movie, so I won't grab them brand new. I mean, if I see a cheap copy in CX, I will grab a copy in time.
Yeah. I actually did have Sisu on 4K, but I ended up getting rid of it because I never see it. It was just sitting there, just doing nothing. And now I'm like, I really want to watch it now, so I'm going to have to get another copy and watch it.
I can't believe you just done that.
I know, I'm terrible. I do that though. I get films with the intention of watching them, and in the end, I'm like, yeah, just get rid of it.
I'll say probably a couple of months down the line, maybe towards the end of the year, you probably find maybe in CEX the double pack on Blu-ray because that came out.
Yeah.
So if you probably wait for a couple of months down the line, if you have a look in CEX,
yeah, that'd be an option.
Yeah,
the double pack on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I might end up doing even just that.
Yeah.
And Jim says the Right Stuff is an incredible film that he doesn't own. It's worth owning. He says, though, that it's probably not something that he would ever own because he wouldn't go back to it over and over again. No.
Yeah.
Totally get that. I mean, it is a very long-ass film. It's, 3 hours?
Touching 3 hours or just over.
Yeah. So, but no, totally get that. I mean, it's a film that, as I say, I would watch every once in a blue moon. So, but I think with the scenes where they're in space, I think they'll look incredible. Hopefully. And he also says that he never thought The Substitute would get a 4K release, but then again, with Vestron, it makes sense because of the stuff that they release doesn't normally get a release, which is very true, like Waxworks and The Wraith, which is a classic. I think that on 4K would look amazing. Definitely. Absolutely love The Wraith.
Yeah.
He says about The Principal with Jim Belushi and Louis Gossett Jr. coming before The Substitute, and he says it's better. I must admit, I've got the Spanish. I don't know if it's a Blu-ray burn on demand or if it's like a pressed disc. I've had it for ages, and I've seen part of it, and I've liked what I've seen so far. So I need to go back to it. Principal, Andy, have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw that a few years ago for the first time. I remember liking it. It was pretty good. But yeah, it's kind of in the same sort of vein, cut from the same cloth as The Substitute. I think I like The Substitute as well. But yeah, Jim clearly says it's the better movie, The Principal. But yeah, I remember liking it.
Yeah, as I say, I still need to go back and watch it all the way through this time. Carlos,
I've seen it once. I can't remember much about it. Yeah, just some movies I need to I watch once and then I kind of don't watch many years later. So it's kind of I can't really say too much about it. I mean, if I watch a movie once and it really grabs me, then chances are that I will always remember it, and I'll probably say, "Oh, I've got to get that on physical media." But if I don't remember the movie, then it's hard for me to say, right, I'm going to spend £20 to £40 and grab a copy, because you don't want to take a risk on a blind buy, because you want that movie to stay in your collection rather than sort of getting rid of it. Like I say, there's so many collector's editions out there. We buy physical media. We want to keep hold of the stuff. We don't want to sort of get rid of most of it. I mean, I do normally say 70% or 80% of the stuff that I buy, I would keep permanently. It's very rare I get rid of, unless they're kind of upgrades or they're movies that I don't like.
Yeah, no, I've done exactly the same. I mean, I must admit, I do have mini purges every so often of films. So I look at it and I go, I've seen it a couple of times. I ain't seen it in a while. I'll never go back to it. It's going, Or if I haven't seen it, it's like I've got no inkling to watch it now. I don't know why I bought it. I'll just get rid of it. Or if it's a film that I'm like, I'm tempted to watch it, so I'll keep it until I have watched it. So, but no, that's fair enough. We got Mad Marty here. He's
Hi there, Marty.
guys.
Hey, Marty.
How you doing, Marty? Hope you're well, buddy. And he says that about Tom Berenger being great in Sniper and Major League. Yeah, I forgot he was in
Sniper,
Major
yeah.
League. Yeah, great film.
Yeah.
Great film, Major League. And Jim says that The Hateful Eight is great. I'm a poet, didn't know it. Holy shit, I've got to stop doing that. Let's have a look. He says, got Hateful Eight on Blu-ray and a beautiful bootleg of the extended edition. And he says it's because of you, Carlos. Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah. Check it out, Jim.
I need the extended one myself as well, so I can watch that. And Jeff says that he loves the Hateful Eight, and he'll be picking up the 4K as well. Same with Marty as well. He says he's going to be picking up as well. And Adam has said that I need to watch the Hateful Eight as soon as possible. He says that you're right, Andy. It's a slow burn, hugely underrated, but a great watch. A lot of build up and delivers in the second half. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, I've got the Blu-ray, and at some point soon I need to dig it out, and yeah, I need to give it a watch. I really do, because I must admit I have got quite into Tarantino's films. I really, really have. I need to go back and watch Pulp Fiction again as well. I need to pick up the 4K of that. And we got old movie Mike here wishing us hello.
Hi there, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hope you're doing well, mate. Let's have a look. And Jim says about seeing The Thing in 1982 as a 14-year-old going on 15 with his dad. One of his all-time movie memories. Yeah, I would have loved to have watched that back in 82, but seeing as though I was born, I don't think they would have appreciated having a screaming toddler in the cinema. You know, I'm gonna kill. And on that note, we are going to go back to. There we are. It's finally gone off. For fuck's sake. We're going to go to Arrow, which I must admit has announced some very tasty titles. And the first one is a film that has been crying out for a 4K release for a while, actually. And it's Inner Space, directed by Joe Dante. A riff on Fantastic Voyage from the 60s, directed by Richard Fleischer. It's a film that I've loved for years. Always have a lot of fun with it. The pairing of Martin Short and Dennis Quaid together, it's comedy gold. It really, really is. And there's some genuine sentiment in there as well in certain places. It's just a great film all round. I've got the 4K on pre-order. It's also available on Blu-ray to pre-order as well. I think that's in the deluxe limited edition set as well. Andy, Inner Space, is that one you'll be picking up?
Definitely, Mike. Definitely. Inner Space for me wasn't what I grew up with. I was very late to the party with Inner Space, but I did watch it and I did enjoy it. I did have a fun time with it. And to see it get announced by Arrow, big chunky box set, all the bells and whistles, like, yeah, it's got to be done.
Yeah,
got to be done. No brainer. It's a fun film. It was one of these ones, like I said, it wasn't one I grew up with, but it's one of these films that you never saw when you were younger, but you knew of it. You knew its existence. You knew the impact it had. But I just never got around to watching it when I was younger, so I don't have the nostalgia for it, but I do like the movie now I have seen it. So yeah, gladly we'll pick that up and add it to the Arrow section.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, the first time I watched it was a recording off of BBC One, and it was about 91. I hated it back then, but then it was like, I think it was like a year or so later. I'm like, right, no, I'm going to give it another go, and I was cracking up laughing, and I absolutely loved it. And yeah. What about yourself, Carlos?
Yeah, pre-ordered that one. I mean, it was a kind of fun, family type sort of type movie. It was quite a popular title in the VHS days. I'll be honest, I was quite surprised that Arrow was going to release it. But yeah, like I say, I mean, Arrow, with their kind of new range of movies that they're releasing, sometimes we don't know what's coming out. When they do these monthly announcements, it really is a pick and mix, and I'm enjoying that. Where before it was more kind of cult related. I know some fans don't like some of these blockbuster sort of bigger movies getting released on Arrow, but yeah, I mean, it's like it's tickling the Arrow video label along, and that's why it's the top label for the last couple of years for sure. So yeah, pre-order.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what it looks like on 4K, especially with all those practical effects. I mean, I've always been a big advocate for practical effects, and I think that one's going to look absolutely stunning on 4K, especially with the work that Arrow does with their remasters as well, which is, right. So moving on to the next one, and this one was an absolute surprise for me. I didn't actually think this would get a 4K, and it's Soldier, starring Kurt Russell, Gary Busey, Jason Isaacs, Connie Nielsen, I think it is, and Sean Pertwee, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. What the fuck was that? So I heard something go off, and it was like ding ding. I thought, bloody hell, the train arrived. It's, it's from a script or screenplay, sorry, by David Webb Peoples, and it is apparently set in the same universe as both Blade Runner and Alien. So, and it's a film that I absolutely love ever since the VHS rental days. I think it's got more of an appreciation now than it did back then. I think I've seen more people come out now and say that, yep, they absolutely love the film, which is absolutely brilliant to see, as it's an absolute classic. I have the 4K pre-ordered. I don't know if it's coming out on Blu-ray as well. It might just be 4K only, but it's coming out in a standard Amaray case with a slip. And yes, as I say, I've got it on pre-order. What about yourself, Andy?
Yeah, pre-ordered the standard edition of it, but it's not a film that I've only seen it once, but it's not a film that sat with me quite well. I don't know what it was about it. Whether I was expecting too much, or my expectations were too high with it, I don't know. But I think it's got its problems. But I think if I give it another go on 4K, because the last time and the first time I watched it, it was a bit of a dodgy DVD. So I thought, I've had that before with movies that I've not particularly enjoyed, but somehow when I've watched them on 4K, the 4K has completely enhanced my enjoyment. And I can't quite put my finger on why. But I'm hoping I get that experience with Soldier.
Yeah.
Because even though it is still just a standard edition, I was like, yeah, I kind of want that in my collection because it's Arrow. Yeah.
And I think I do like the fact that I'm certain they're using the original poster art where he's standing there with the gun. And I just remember that artwork so much.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I would love to have the VHS of that to add in the collection as well. But what about yourself, Carlos?
It's one of those lesser Kurt Russell movies I actually never watched or even owned. So I have pre-ordered it because I do love Kurt Russell as an actor. So I mean, more Kurt Russell on 4K. There are other ones I'd rather have, like Big Trouble in Little China, which we discussed as a possible rumor. This year it might get released, but or this could be even a teaser for another Kurt Russell movie. It being Big Trouble in Little China. So yeah, Soldier I have pre-ordered. I'm kind of getting it. I think it's more of a cult, low budget kind of type movie compared to those other movies that we just mentioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's Kurt Russell. I mean, if anyone's a Kurt Russell fan, they're going to be picking it up for sure. Soldier.
Yeah. Yeah, easily. Easily. I mean, even though he doesn't really have a lot of lines in it,
Yeah.
he still puts in a good performance, even though he's supposed to be this like like conditioned soldier from birth, and it's just an absolute blast. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, can't wait for that one to come out. I've got a feeling with all the special effects as well, that will look good on 4K as well. Now, the next one, which was one that I wasn't actually expecting, was Enter the Video Store Volume 2. Now, Volume 1 had the likes of Robot Jocks, Arena, Dolls, The Dungeon Master, and Cellar Dweller. Now, I don't know what's going to be on this one. I don't think they've said what titles are going to be in it, or if it's going to be another lot from Empire/Full Moon Features. Be interesting to see what they're going to put in there. If it's going to be, as I say, Full Moon, or if it's going to be from another low budget film company from back in the day. I did have the first one. I ended up selling it because I wasn't a fan of a lot of the films in there, but I did end up getting Robot Jocks and Dolls separately, like the Arrow versions, and I'm more than happy with them. Volume 2, I think it all depends for me what films are in the set as to whether I pre-order it or not. Andy, what about yourself?
Yeah, I got the first one, the limited one when it came out, and I had an absolute blast with every film in there. There were two that I was a bit like, yeah, they were weaker than the others for me, which was Arena and Dungeon Master. I really enjoyed the other three. Dolls, I think, was the best one out of 5. And what I liked most about that set was that set felt like Arrow had gone back to its roots again. Because Arrow, for me, was this studio that was unearthing these forgotten, lost movies, and it was brushing all the dust off, cleaning the dirt off, and breathing new life into them and putting them out for people to, to making people aware of them again. Whereas I think Arrow now is very sort of mainstream. It's getting all it's trying to obtain licenses and get put bigger movies through their IP.
Yeah,
but the video store was such a back to its roots project that they did, and I really enjoyed it. So I will definitely, when it goes up for pre-order, I don't know if it has or not yet, but I will definitely be getting Volume 2. Yeah, regardless of even now not knowing what films are in it, I will definitely be getting it. Yeah.
This one. Yeah, as I say, I think for me, I'd have to see what films are in it first before I pick it up.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think if there's like 1 or 2 films in there that I like and the rest of them are absolute chuff, I'll just end up getting them separate instead.
Yeah, unless like it's got in it like Exorcist 2 and the ghastly ones will be like no. Yeah.
Mix in with that as well, Police Academy 7, and I think you're golden.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Carlos?
I didn't grab the Video Store Volume 1. I get why people get those sets, and I agree with what Andy says. Some of these sets that they've done is Arrow Video, like the Shore Scope volumes. I need to get the last 2 sets. These Euro crime sort of Italian movies that they've released a couple of sets. Even some of the spaghetti western sets, and I'm all up for those sort of sets because, like Andy says, they're sort of movies that you never thought would get released. An Arrow Video, they do a really fine job. I just prefer other sort of collection sets more than this kind of video store ones. Like I said, I didn't really grab the first one because there was only a couple of movies in there that I knew, and personally for me, I thought there were a selection of movies that I would be kind of taking a chance with some of the blind buys, and that's all good if people like that. Like I say, I won't be grabbing Volume 2, but like Andy says, I think Arrow Video need to forget where they came from, with these, giallo movies that they used to release. If not forget their previous sort of, what they did, their fans, what got them to where it is today. I mean, I know we're going to be getting a lot of these Asian Hong Kong action movies. Obviously we've got Hard Boiled and The Killer coming out, but they're supposed to have signed this great big deal. So I expect a lot of those sort of type of movies to come on Arrow Video and sort of, pushing aside to these big blockbuster movies. Again, having the best of both worlds. So that Volume 2 set, nice looking set, but I won't be grabbing that.
Yeah, no, I can completely understand that.
Yeah.
I really can. I mean, I must admit, those Sure Scope box sets, I mean, even though they would probably just end up for me sitting on the shelf, I must admit they do look amazing with the amount of films that you get in there as well for the price. What, 10, 12 films, and they're, 120 quid, 130 quid?
But I only get them on the sales. I only get them on the sales. Both of them I grab for £80. And if you wait and wait, you do get these little bargains. And I don't know if the Volume 2 on the video store one's going to be on a bargain, but it's how long do you wait?
Exactly. And then you've got to contend with all the scalpers on eBay, but that
it's a chance you take, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Right, the last one for Arrow that I made a note of is the original version of The Eye. Film was remade with, who was it? Jessica Alba, I think it was, where something happens with her eye. She ends up getting like a donor eye, and she starts having all these visions. Well, apparently this is the Japanese version, Hong Kong version, Asian version, anyway. And apparently it's supposed to be a hell of a lot better. I've not seen the film, so I don't know whether I'd want to take a punt on it. I think I'd probably want to pick up a DVD of the original before I give that one a go. So yeah, I don't know much more about it. Andy, The Eye.
Yeah, this is the first I'm hearing of this film tonight. I haven't got
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't know of its existence. Didn't know there was an original.
No.
Well, yeah, if it's Arrow that's putting out, I'll keep an eye for it. Is it standard or special edition?
I've got a feeling. Allow me to consult the HMV. I've got a feeling that it might be standard with the slip.
Yeah.
And whether it'll be very, very reasonably priced or not, is another thing altogether. So let's have a little look see. Right, it is a limited edition, and it's a slip. It's an Amaray with a slip, but you do get a booklet with it, and it is $24.99, and it comes out on the 20th of April.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Let's give it a bit of time. But yeah,
and
do some research on it in the meantime and see if
that's the artwork for it right there.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So what about yourself, Carlos?
Not for me. I don't know anything about this movie, if I'm honest. So yeah, I mean, like I say, clearly push this one to the side because my money's going to go on elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same. I mean, as I say, if I was to watch the film, I'd probably end up trying to get like a cheap DVD of it just to see what it's like. But I'm in no hurry for it. It's not one of those ones that, oh yeah, I've got to watch it. It's like, I'll watch it if I get a chance. So, yeah, definitely. Right, so let's see some more of the comments before we get to what's the next one? Do BFI, I think. There's only a couple on that one. So let's go back to the comments. And Jim says, that he's old. Yes, I know the feeling. And he also says that Jurassic Park and T2 were incredible, and he saw them for the first time on the big screen. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen them on the big screen for the first time. T2, I actually watched on the re-release when it first got released in 3D, and it was in 3D, and it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely loved it. And Dan says about going to see Jurassic Park at the cinema when he was 8 years old at Elephant and Castle in London. An incredible experience. Yeah, that would have been awesome to see that, especially with the T-Rex chasing after the Jeep. I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe it's a parrot on a bicycle. I don't know. But and we got Marty saying that he recently got to see the thing on the big screen at his local, and it was a double with They Live. Now that is a double bill that I can get on board with.
Yeah.
That really
sounds
is.
like a good night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beer, pizza, popcorn.
Yeah.
Obviously, not on the big screen because everyone will be pissed, but still. And we've got Old Movie Mike saying that he's looking forward to Salem's Lot, the Arrow edition. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think a load of us are, mate. I really, really do. I mean, seeing as though apparently it's sold out on the HMV's website already. Same with Spaceballs. Completely sold out.
I was expecting that because like we mentioned on the last live stream that we've all been waiting for that release. So don't sit on the fence. I mean,
yeah, it was like when we got the we were getting all the other Arrow editions last year, and they all had that card in with Salem's Lot, and everyone was thinking, "Oh, when's that coming? When's that coming?" And it didn't look like it was going to happen. Yeah. And then they pulled it on us, and it was like, yeah.
I think everybody was expecting that it was going to be like in the October announcement, and when it didn't, everybody got kind of a little bit deflated. Oh, we ain't going to get it. It's they've missed the boat. But I guess they probably was kind of, it was in the pipeline, but maybe they kind of missed the boat for that October release. So rather than rush the release, they took their time on it, which I'm happy when they do that. And obviously we're going to get two different versions, the mini series and the full length version. March can't, end of March can't come quick enough, can it?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing it again for the second time. And I think I'll try out the theatrical version first, and then go back to the miniseries version just to compare.
I've put off rewatching the Blu-ray because I know that's coming out. It's like I don't want to watch it again till it's on 4K.
Well, funnily enough, you say that. I've seen the same copy in CEX over the past 2 months. Ever since it got announced, a copy appeared in there, and it's still there now. So I've got a feeling we're going to see an influx of Blu-ray copies of Salem's Lot going into CEXs.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. And Dan says about watching Jaws on the big screen, he couldn't do it. He said it's a great film, but it scares the shit out of him.
Yeah, I get that.
Fantastic film. Absolutely fantastic film. And Marty said that he loved seeing the 50th anniversary screen of it on the big screen. I would have loved to have gone to see it, but it was on Tuesday, and I was working the next day. I don't get why they do that. Why not do it on a Friday?
Yeah, I went to see the back in 2023.
Yeah,
I went to see the 50th anniversary of The Exorcist, and I was on the front row.
Oh,
yeah, it was a cracking night. Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad they didn't play it in 4DX, as when she's sick and you end up getting sprayed with
little chunk on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Smells like carrot. And we've got Steve Matchin greeting us this evening.
Cheers for tuning in.
Hey up, Steve.
Yes. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. He says he's enjoying the stream. He said he saw T2 twice in the cinema and Jaws back in 75. You lucky bastard. Oh,
Wow.
that would have been awesome to see Jaws back then. And Jim says that he also saw it on the big screen. And he also saw the second one. He saw the second one on the big screen first, and then they re-released the original, and that's when he saw it. I'm actually kicking myself that I missed out watching Jaws at the cinema, especially the re-release. I'm just absolutely just kicking myself about it. And Jim's also saying about the comments of the dodgy internet before the show even started. Oh, par for the course. Steve says that he would have loved to have seen the Wild Bunch on the big screen back in '69. Battle of Bloody Porch would have been amazing. That's a film I still haven't seen either.
Oh wow! That definitely needs a 4K release.
Oh, easily. I think everyone will be all over that. Right, so we'll come back to the comments in uno momento, por favor. And we're going to go straight for BFI. Now, the first one, I think, was Peter Weir's first film, and it was The Cars That Ate Paris. That's getting a 4K release, and it's also getting a Blu-ray release as well, I do believe. And I think on the disc, on the first pressing, I think it is, it's like a limited edition pressing, I think you also get a short film from Peter Weir as well. I can't remember the name of it whatsoever. From what I remember, the film is about a gang in their cars, and they're like terrorizing around Paris or something along those lines. Anyway, I did read the synopsis, but I can't remember much of it. All I know is that there's cars in it, and it's set in Paris. That's literally it. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see what one it is because it keeps popping up every so often. Andy, The Cars That Ate Paris, even though I've got it on my phone as The Cars That Are Paris. Fucking autocorrect.
Yeah, it's similar to The Eye. It's one I've never heard of before.
I've never heard of it either.
No, I just BFI. I think they're expensive for what they are. BFI. I've only ever got a handful of their stuff, so yeah, it's one I'm gonna have to see if I can pursue to get a Blu-ray or a dodgy copy of it first, and then BFI. I have to know if I really like the film to pull the trigger on BFI. Yeah.
I have to agree. They are quite expensive. That's why whenever if there's a film that they've got on the label, I always wait until a sale. That's what I did with The Appointment, because I thought there's no way I'm paying 19 quid for it. So when it was $7.99, that was straight to my basket.
Yeah.
Straight to the till with it. I thought, sod it, I'm having that. Carlos, you said you've never heard of The Cars That Ate Paris as well.
I'm the same with Andy on these BFI releases. They do some nice releases, but most of their releases tend to be movies that I've never really heard of or might have only seen them once. So again, I can't be blind buying something that I have never really heard of. Like I say, very rare that I sort of get a blind buy. If I do, it's probably a movie that I've heard of and I know a little bit about. And it's probably a type of movie that I expect to like, really. So I can't take a chance on that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. As I say, I think for me, I might have to. I think there is a DVD of it. Like if it's cheap, I'll pick it up and watch it and see what it's like. And then if it's any good, then I might think about it, but not beforehand. But there is one film that I am interested in, and it is the original Invaders from Mars from 1953. That is getting both a 4K and a Blu-ray release on BFI. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same master that I think it was Imprint released. Was it Imprint?
I'm sure it was Imprint.
Yeah, I think they released it last year. I don't know if it's the same master that Imprint had, or if they've done their own like BFI have done their own restoration. I don't know, but I'm quite intrigued to pick it up. I really am, but I think again I might have to wait for the price to drop a little bit before I pick it up. What about yourself, Andy?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get the BFI one. I do actually have the movie, but I've never seen it before because I've got the Kosh Steelbook remake of the Steelbook of the remake on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
and the original film is a special feature.
Oh, great!
So I've never actually watched it yet.
It's worth checking out.
I need to get around to doing it.
I see it
In fact,
years
that
ago.
Steelbook, if I can find it, hang on.
Yeah, I see it a few years ago, like when I was a kid on like BBC Two,
That's
and
it.
I had a blast with it, an absolute blast. And I know for years it was I think it was in public domain or something. And now that they've done a restoration of it, as I say, I'm intrigued to pick it up, but I don't know. I might wait for a sale or something, but
so yeah, it does. It's on the extras. The original film is it's a special feature.
Oh wow!
Blu-ray. But this steelbook for the remake, it's absolutely gorgeous. There's the cover for it.
Oh, I must admit, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Really colourful. But yeah, there's the back as well. It's like I think this is a Spanish release, possibly.
No, it's German.
German. Ah, right. Okay.
German.
Yeah.
German. Yeah, because
the colours on that.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. I bought I actually sold the final cut version because it was out of print. I thought, right, you know what, sod it, I'll sell it, get some like quite a bit of money for it, and get the German version because the German standard was about £8 at the time, and I think I got about 45 quid for the final cut UK release. It's mad of like the remake, but Carlos, I think you said you're not very big on space.
Yeah, I mean, those types of movies were kind of movies that were shown on the BBC TV when you was a kid, like a Saturday afternoon sort of thing. I tend to think that those movies are the best left in that sort of period, you know what I mean? Because you could watch them now and you can really tear the movie to bits. If you're really, really critical. But at the same time, we kind of got to love those movies for what they were and how they made these movies. So it's probably one that I wouldn't grab. I would expect most sci-fi fans to grab this edition, in a nice collector's set, because it's one of them films. It's a classic movie from the 50s. Those sort of B sci-fi movies. So yeah, this one's not for me, I'm afraid.
No, I can completely understand that. I really, really can. I mean, as I say, I might wait for a sale to pick it up. Either that, or if the imprint version's cheap, I might just get that version. So I suppose it's just, Hobbs choice, really. Hobbs choice. I think that's it for BFI. I mean, there is Tomorrow and Redbeard, but I've never really heard of them before. I think Tomorrow's got Olivia Newton-John in, because I remember the front cover from the announcement. And Redbeard, I've never really heard of. I think it's an Asian film. I don't know if either of you two have heard of them.
No, I can't comment on that at all.
No. Yeah, again, that, as I say, that's BFI. So, I mean, for me, those two are really, really obscure. So I'll tell you what, we'll head back to the comments before we do the last section that I've got here. And before we get to Captain Rumour's Rumour Mill, hang on, if I can point in the right direction, of course. Point, there we go. There we go with my Mr. Burns-like claw. Right, so we've got Alan saying he's receiving his first Umbrella release at the end of April, a 45 film set Universal Monsters spanning 1923 to 60.
Yeah, I did see that one.
Have we any experiences of Umbrella releases? Well, funny you should say. I've got the Super Mario Brothers 1-Up edition, which hasn't got the film cell in it, which is a shame, but fantastic set. I have done an unboxing. And I've also got Intruder, the standard, and I've also got the standard of Hardware as well, which I still need to watch. But they're fantastic releases. They really, really are. The amount of supplements that you get with them is amazing, especially with imprint as well. Second to none. Really a second to none. Andy, your experiences with Umbrella, if you've got any Umbrella releases.
Yeah, I've got 12 big boxed editions and a 13th on the way.
Wow.
Yeah, the 13th on the way is the Toxic Avenger set with all 5 films in. So I should be getting that any day now. I got a notification last week it had been dispatched. But yeah, I really, really like them. The ones I've got the 2000s Black Sheep.
Mm.
The set for that is actually coated in it's covered in wool, the whole box. Well, yeah, it's a really nice edition. I've got the Alex Winter film Freaked, got a big box.
Yeah.
That the recent Dogma that came out as well. Got that. I've got the Terrifier trilogy.
Yeah.
The Hell House movies, Intruder, Super Mario Brothers, Bully, Hardware, and the vampire film Daybreakers as well, and the Raid as well. They're the ones I've got.
Oh, the Raid.
All on the big box editions, yeah.
Nice. I need to watch the Raid again. That was such an awesome film.
The sequel was great as well.
Yeah, I've not seen the sequel whatsoever. I need to watch it at some point. What about yourself, Carlos? Umbrella releases?
I think the only Umbrella collector's edition I've got is that trilogy of the Terrifier movies. I've got a few Blu-rays, but I tend to go for more imprint. Imprint's more my favourite from Australia. Having said that, there is one release in the rumour section that I'll be mentioning, which it's kind of been announced. It's expected to be released, but there's no date on it yet. So I'll let you guys know about that one.
Well, you can consider our whistles wet.
Yes.
For that one, then I think
it might probably interest you, Mike. Maybe not Andy, because it comes from a timeline of a decade of movies.
Okay.
Kind of more 80s, but yeah.
Now my mind's working overdrive as to what it could be. You swine.
I don't tell you this because we're just trying to get like a reaction sort of thing. I mean, some of them might have been heard, but I'll reel them off in a mo.
Yeah. You know what? I can't wait for the rumours. I really can't wait to hear what you've got up your sleeve. And it's talking about you, Carlos. Jim says that you adore everything Wayne's World.
Fucking fact, it's just, you know what it is? It's just because I was always Bill and Ted. So when Wayne's World come out, I was like, look at these odd fuckers. You know? It's just the way they look. They're just fucking weird, you know. Like I know it was a movie for that time, but like if those sort of people came up to in today's sort of world, you'd look at them and think, man, are they fucking odd, you know? But each to their own. I was more Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I must admit, I was more into Bill and Ted at that time, but I just love the Wayne's World films just because they were just so bonkers. Absolutely love them. And Marty says that Body of Evidence is awful. I can imagine it is. And Jim has the same sentiment. He says it's only slightly more erotic than the human centipede. Well, unless you get
we
off
know
at
what the
someone's...
best. We know what the best scenes were.
Yeah.
When she gets her fruity bits out.
Madonna has to do it for you, otherwise you're going to find it about as erotic as Sunday church sermon. You know.
Yeah. body of centipede and human evidence. I think that's what comes out of the human centipede, human evidence. Yeah. Alan says about Cool Hand Luke, George Kennedy being awesome in it. Well, terrific in it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I still need to watch that.
You haven't seen that? Oh,
no, I haven't.
That's in my top. That's in my top 10 greatest movies. George Kennedy in that movie is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I need to catch up on a load of.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor, Mike. Stream finishes. Tap onto YouTube. Tap in Cool Hand Luke, George Kennedy, car wash scene. You've only got to see that scene, and you'll be absolutely cracking up with laughter.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and find it now.
No. Watch it by yourself.
Okay,
it's like a 3-4 minute scene sort of thing, and it's such. I mean, the movie's got some great scenes in that. That's one of the great scenes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I keep meaning to, because it's out on 4K, isn't it? Warner put it out. So I need to pick that up. I really do. And Steve also says about George Kennedy.
There is a steelbook release of that if you want to get real flash.
Mm.
You like it?
Yeah. Well, I think I might just go with the standard just in case. But Steve actually says about George Kennedy in Thunderbolt and Lightfoot with Clint Eastwood. He was great in it.
Yeah, he's brilliant in that. Evil bastard.
That's a 4K that's on Kino, I think.
Yeah.
Because in the Eastwood set, it's only on DVD.
Yeah.
They missed a trick with that Eastwood set.
Mm.
They really, really did.
Yeah.
And Alan says that he'd like to see a release of Tin Men with Dreyfus and DeVito. Only had a DVD release.
Another good comedy.
Yeah.
And Jim says about the 4K Blu-ray combo from Shout Factory of the Deer Hunter. He's got it. Great film. But like Andy said, the wedding scene goes on forever.
Yeah, it all depends how you feel about it when you watch it. But yeah, for me, it was like, I'm feeling this. Yeah.
I can imagine. Jim says, was that 10 Men originally Touchstone, which is Disney? Therefore, we'll probably never get a Blu-ray release.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking to okay. Yeah, he's talking to someone. Yeah. Tin Men. It's right. Yeah, we put one afterwards. Yeah, Steve said that he loves Kurt Russell in Poseidon, but he prefers the original with Gene Hackman, an amazing film. Yes, it is. That would make an awesome 4K steelbook release.
Yeah.
It really, really would. That would be a day one purchase for me.
Yeah. For me
any day of the week, including ones that end with Y.
Yeah. That's one that Arrow put out as well, the Kurt Russell one.
Yeah. I was tempted to pick it up because I did have the original Blu-ray, and I thought, it was pretty good. Can't beat the original, but I think if I was to watch it on 4K, my perception would change a bit easily.
Yeah,
easily.
It was daft fun, that film. I remember watching the Arrow 4K was the first time I ever saw the film, and I was like, "What's she doing in it from the fucking Black Eyed Peas?" I was like, "What's
I know."
And then I was like, "Oh yeah," it was like she wasn't in it long. I think she had sung a song and had a couple of lines in it, and then that was it. Yeah,
she ended up as fish food.
Yeah.
Or shark bait, whatever one comes first. Right. So moving on to the last section, because it is getting very close to the 2.5 hour mark. So
Yeah.
we're going to wrap this up. Not that long, but long enough. So yeah, we're going to go with the last section, which is 88 films. And just as an aside, they have recently said that every last Wednesday of the month is going to be their announcement day. So
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
be keeping an eye on those. They have given some clues as to what they're going to be announcing. Apparently, one of them is an early 80s gooey monster movie. So my first thought was actually The Blob, but then when I re-saw early, I was like, and yeah, I was very disheartened. But oh well, never mind. But anyway, on to the 88 Films 4K's announcements. The first one is one that I never actually thought 88 Films would release because it was on the 101 Black Label, and that is Phase 4, the only film that Saul Bass directed, and it stars Nigel Davenport as a scientist in, I think it's supposed to be Kansas, and they're studying the evolution of ants and these big structures that they've done, and they start attacking people. It's a weird film, very very weird film, especially the end. But I'm not going to get into that here in case no one's seen it. I did have the 101 Films release, but ended up selling it because it was too much of an out there film. I think if I was on both acid, LSD, and very high strength prescription paracetamol, I probably would have got more out of it before passing out. Andy, Phase 4.
I've never seen it.
Not me.
Never seen it for me. I have heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard.
Bits and bobs about what it's about, but I've never sat down and watched it.
I'm guessing you haven't either, Carlos.
I've heard of it, but now that you've kind of given a brief synopsis of the movie, that's definitely a pass.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've only seen it twice. I see it first time on Netflix when it was on.
You
there
liked
years,
it that
years
much?
ago. Oh, well, I was like, I'll watch it, I'll get it, and I'll watch it again just in case, you know. And by the end of it, I was just like,
So the
what?
second time you watched it, you was on acid.
I think I probably would have been better off. You know, but I ended up selling it. So it's not a film that I'll pick up again. And whether 4K can do anything to it, or even if it includes that mythical longer cut, I don't know. But hey, if anyone out there likes Phase 4, it is coming on 4K from 88 Films. It's there if you want to pick it up. As well as The Protector with Jackie Chan, which apparently is going to have a few cuts in with the package as well. Now, I've not actually seen it. I've seen a few Jackie Chan films, and I did actually have it on original Blu-ray, but I got rid of it before I watched it. I know. I'll have to pick it up again and watch it before I think about getting the 4K. But yeah, Andy, The Protector, Jackie Chan.
You know what? I might take a punt on that one and give it a shot because there's quite a few Jackie Chan films I do really enjoy. I love Dragons Forever. I love the 3 Police Story movies that Eureka put out. But I might take a punt on that one. Never seen it, but yeah, be a blind buy.
Yeah. As I say, I might pick up the Blu-ray again and give it another go before I decide to upgrade to 4K. If I do at all. But Carlos.
Yeah, it's a pre-order. It's a pre-order for me. I think 88 Films are going to do a deluxe edition exclusive to their website. I do have the Blu-ray edition, and while I've got, I'll say probably about 80% of all the 88 Films and the Eureka Blu-ray collector's editions, I've kind of sworn that I wouldn't go down the 4K route with Jackie Chan, but I do regret not getting the Police Story 4K set because I do love those movies and they're a lot of fun, and there are sort of movies that you can go back and rewatch because of the amazing action scenes and stunt work.
Yeah.
The Protector is one I will grab on 4K because it's one that I always remembered hiring on video, and it's one of Jackie Chan's early movies in the US, and I'm sure Danny Aiello's in it as well.
I think he is.
So
I think he is.
I will be grabbing this one on 4K, more than the fact
Mm.
that it's got like the deluxe edition, which does have the UK VHS cover with him on the front cover with the gun on the holster and his abs, I think. So yeah, I definitely will be grabbing that one.
Excellent. Excellent. As I say, I do need to watch it. I must admit, I'm a bit of a fan of the old Chan. I mean, I love, same as what Andy said the other day about Rush Hour. I love the first two films. The third one, I could
If
take
I
it or
can
leave
remember,
it.
it's not a comedy one. It's one just as a strictly cop action sort of like movie where, you know, some of Jackie Chan's movies, I get why he done some of the comedy because it kind of opened a kind of more of a wider audience worldwide. But now and again, I do like him just doing a full adult sort of movie. But as I remember, it was kind of more hard hitting cop action movie.
Excellent. It does actually sound pretty good, I must admit. It really, really does. But yeah, you'll have to let us know what the 4K's like if you both get it. Speaking of 4K, apparently the first Armor of God is also getting a 4K release. I think that might be a deluxe set as well. I've actually got the first one on. I think it's deluxe Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I'll just stick to my Blu-ray copy. Again, you know, you can't keep upgrading all the time.
Yeah,
you've got to draw the line sometimes.
Yeah, I'm the same as Carlos. I'll stick with a Blu-ray on that one.
Yeah,
I didn't love the film. I didn't love the film. I just thought it was good. I just thought it was all right. Just didn't connect with it. It just didn't hit the marks as like the police story ones did for me.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'll just stick with the Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, I must admit, I love the first two police story films. Even that opening stunt where he's riding along the side of the bus. You know,
Yeah, wow.
That was just when I see that, I was just like, you know.
Do you know what? Do you know what, guys? I know a lot of people might say they like the first one, but the second one with the mute, that just had me in stitches. You know, with the firecrackers.
Yeah, the firecrackers.
That guy was absolutely hilarious. It's brilliant.
Oh, I need to watch those again. It's been so long since I've seen those. Absolutely, I just do love a bit of Jackie Chan. It's just, you know, if you want action, Jackie Chan. If you want comedy, Jackie Chan. You know, it's jack of all trades, master of them all.
I mean, the first one was quite serious, but the second one had a little bit of comedy in it, and I loved it for that. You know, because the mute guy, he just kills me every time.
He did everything on that first movie, like the stunts, the acting, directing it, the music, the singing. He did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what, Andy? I look at that first movie and the stunt work, and I was thinking, how is that guy still alive?
I know.
When he does that drop down through the glass and the lights in the mall, it's like, how has he survived that?
I know. I mean, even in like the second Rush Hour film, when he's got to try and jump through that small gap in the cashier thing near enough at the very end of the Las Vegas casino, and he just about makes it. But then when you see the bloopers, and it's like, how the hell have you not split yourself in two, or at least broken your legs? The guy's just insane. But hey, he gives the people what they want, so you can't fault him for that.
No.
Right, so the last one for 88 films, and the last one that I'm going to talk about is the Amsterdam Kill, which is one that I've never heard of, but it is Robert Mitchum, of all people, a Robert Mitchum film. Apparently, it's going to have a slip. It's going to be Blu-ray only, and I think it's about $16.99. I'm guessing either of you two have never heard of it.
No, it's a new one to me. That.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I'm intrigued by it, but whether I pick it up, I don't know. Again, it might be a wait for the sale job.
Yeah,
but it's Robert Mitchum, so I mean, what about you, Carlos? Would that be something that would?
No, it's not one of his classic movies. It's not one that I've heard of. So, no, I won't be taking a blind buy on that.
No, that's absolutely fair enough. That really is. I mean, I think it's great that they're putting out films like that you've not heard of, but then sometimes they just turn out to be a right load of old pish, and you think, oh, I've just wasted 16 fucking quid on that. I want my money back. Right, so we've got 2 more comments, so we'll do those and then straight over to you, Carlos. And Steve's saying about the effects in the remake of Poseidon are pretty good. And he also says that Poseidon Adventure is better, which it is.
Yeah, cool.
And Jim says about it being a great stream, but unfortunately he's got to run. He's going to check out the rest on the replay. And he wishes us a great weekend and to everyone in the chat.
Buddy.
Cheers, Jim. You take care. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, look after yourself, Jim. Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. It is always appreciated. And it's the same with everyone in the chat as well. Thank you for dropping by and giving us your love by watching us on a Friday evening and commenting. It is always appreciated, everyone. It really, really is. So now, without further ado, it's over to Captain Rumour himself, but without his flashy cape. Carlos, over to you, my friend.
Well, some of these are kind of rumours. They are from American sources and Instagram. The Burbs, Joe Dante's The Burbs. I've heard that they're possibly could be releasing that movie on 4K. I'll be interested to see if Arrow Video jumps on that. Again, this is from an American source, so obviously The Burbs was released on Arrow Video UK, so it'd be interesting to see that. Huge fan of that movie for sure, The Burbs. David Fincher's Fight Club, which I've seen a Instagram post. I think that movie was scheduled to come out a lot sooner, but I think David Fincher, the actual director himself, has got involved in the movie and how it's going to look. I think there's going to be a steelbook from Sony going to be released in that movie. I'm not a huge fan of the Fight Club. I've got to be honest. I know there's big fans of that movie itself. Also, we do have another Charles Bronson movie on Kino Lorber. We're still waiting on the date for 10 to midnight, and there's rumours that Rider on the Rain is going to be coming out, which is a late 1960s French production thriller with Charles Bronson. So I think now with 2 Charles Bronson movies coming on 4K on Kino Lorber, is probably going to open the gates for the previous movies that they've released from Charles Bronson on Kino Lorber. So maybe, the likes of Murphy's Law and all those other movies will probably get the upgrade. Again, no announcement date on that. The Australian release from Umbrella Entertainment, the 1980s BMX Bandits, which might interest you, Mike, because if you was into BMXing in the 80s, that's going to get like a super deluxe edition with books and bits and pieces with that. That might be a pricey edition. They're going to be releasing from Umbrella Entertainment. Also from Kino Lorber on 4K for the first time is Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis. Obviously, we do have the 88 films release of that movie. That's a movie that I always enjoy. So that's going to get a 4K release.
Yeah.
From Kino Lorber. I think we touched upon the Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. I think that's going to get a Lionsgate Steelbook release on that. But something's telling me that maybe Imprint might want to jump on that, because obviously they put out a Volume 1 and Volume 2 limited edition set. So I might wait if Imprint do kind of like a deluxe edition for Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, which you can see the whole movie in one on streaming services. I've heard, and I prefer the Kill Bill movie as a whole, personally for me, rather than broken down in two. Obviously, we know that Tarantino first had that as a longer movie, and they decided to go two separate movies a year later. Tom Hanks and Shelley Long in The Money Pit is going to get a 4K release on Shout Factory. That's a comedy movie I haven't seen for many, many years. I think we've got a Blu-ray release that in the UK, so that'd be an interesting one to see on Shout Factory. Also, another 1980s movie, Popeye, with Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall. That is going to be getting a 4K release. They reckon sort of early summer to summertime. That's probably going to be a US release. We'll get that over here as well. I mean, it's an underrated Robin Williams performance. That one. Again, some people love the movie, some people hate the movie. Also, this one probably might interest Andy because I know he's got the previous 4K steelbook set, the Rambo movies. There is talk that they are going to re-release those movies, all of them on 4K, all 5 movies on 4K. I think there's issues of the third movie with the audio. So there's going to be new transfers. I think the Dolby Vision is going to be supplied or improved. I'm curious about that one because I do have that previous American release. I'm hearing that this new release is going to have the original artwork. So again, I mean, Rambo fans might be tempted on this kind of so-called new improved release. And it's supposed to be coming in with lobby cards and other bits and pieces because hearing about it now seems like they might have rushed that first steelbook release from the States. The last couple, we get the Flintstones, the live action movie. That's going to be getting a 4K release. I wasn't really much of a fan of that one. And Michael Mann's Miami Vice, again, there's people who like that movie and there's some people who don't like that movie. I was kind of one of those ones that saw it at the cinema, didn't like it, but then on a revisit, I enjoyed it a lot more. Again, Michael Mann, he's going to be involved in that. I think more to do with the look of the movie, so expect a similar sort of thing as he did with the Heat movie. So it's going to, again, maybe the color palette's going to be completely different to what we saw the movie on cinema. And there is going to be a collector's edition, somewhat of a big collector's edition of that movie, even though it was a slight flop and it was expected to have done a whole lot more when it came out on cinema release back in the day. And the last one, I don't know if this really warrants a 4K release, more Van Damme on 4K. Obviously, we're getting Double Impact within the end of the month from 88 Films. We're going to get a 4K 30th anniversary release of The Quest, which is not one of his more bigger sort of movies, but again, for Van Damme movies, fans, I should say, that one's going to get a 4K release. So there are all the kind of movies, that I've heard in the grapevine that probably might get released somewhat in the next 3 to 4 or 5 months.
Excellent. That's some juicy tidbits there, I must admit. I had no idea that The Quest would come to 4K. Sorry, not The Quest, The Order. Was it The Order you said?
The Quest.
The Quest, yes it is. So I'm getting them all mixed up now. Yeah, The Quest. I think that's a pretty good film. Pretty good film. Does it deserve 4K? As you say, I don't know. I suppose it all depends how well they clean up the film.
That would interest you, Andy?
Yeah, if they do a universal big box edition of it, I'm all over the Flintstones. And I love that movie. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it's a childhood classic of mine. Favorite one I used to watch over and over when I was younger.
Yeah. I think I'd pick up the Flintstones as well. And that Rambo set is definitely intriguing. I mean, I've got the first three Studio Canal, and then I've got the fourth one as a US import. But I think I'd pick that up if it was completely brand new transfers, restored audio.
I think the main work is going to be on the third movie, and I think the carrot that they're going to dangle is going to be the original artwork. Again, maybe they're just looking at what the Elm Street's sets, how they came out, and that's probably the reason why they're going to do this.
Yeah, easily. I think they've probably seen that Nightmare on Elm Street set as like kind of a benchmark, and they're like, right, we need to smash that benchmark.
Yeah.
So, and I suppose if any film series does deserve it, especially if one film needs a lot of work done to it, I think Rambo's probably it. But then saying that, what other set could it be done to? Police Academy? You know, I don't know. I really don't know.
That Miami Vice one, I'm pretty curious to see what they're going to do with that, because again, not many people liked it, but then I didn't expect it to be like the Miami Vice TV series, because it was kind of, I looked at that movie as it's more underground, where Crockett and Tubbs on the series, they were kind of more open to kind of like the lifestyle, and they were putting themselves out there. But then, the Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell version, they were kind of like deep underground. So I kind of got the vibe. It's just a shame it just didn't really was as big a hit as I expected. People were expecting a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I think for that, I'd probably pick up the '88 films release and see what it's like, because apparently that's got both cuts on it, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've got that release as well.
Yeah, I think I'd probably pick that up first, see what it's like, and if I like it, then I might upgrade to 4K down the line. What about yourself, Andy, with Miami Vice? Have you seen it or?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out. I think I got the DVD for Christmas when it came out, but I wasn't a fan of it. Just something about the movie didn't, the way it looked, I don't know, the storyline, it just didn't land with me. But then years later, I watched the TV series and fell in love with it.
Yeah, TV series is fantastic.
Yeah,
it really is one of the best series of the '80s. The pastel colors, the fast cars,
the music.
The music, for me, it just plays such a huge role. It's like the music as a character itself.
Yeah,
it is.
Just the whole vibe.
Yeah, I just like if I'd recommend that to anyone who just loves that decade, who hasn't seen it. Just watch Miami Vice from start to finish, and it really does take you back. Even though it was a decade I wasn't even alive in, and I feel as if I know it.
I remember waiting Monday nights after the news to watch that at 10 o'clock or 10:05. It used to be. I used to love the series. I just wish when they released it on Blu-ray that they could have put it on widescreen, because they improved the audio from the DVD set. But it just, I mean, I don't know if Andy might be the same. But it kind of bugs me when you get the bars on the side. And I think Miami Vice is one of them series that needs to have that widescreen look with the colours and the music, because the soundtrack, they used to use real music artists that never released. They were putting their new music on the series, and at the time, Miami Vice was the most expensive TV series being made. 5 great seasons. I think the first 3 were the best.
Yeah.
But
Easily. Funnily enough, my mate said exactly the same thing. He loves Miami Vice. He said the first three seasons were the best.
Yeah.
Fourth season was absolutely shocking, and then he said the fifth one kind of just about redeems itself. So,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
when you see it, you can tell that Don Johnson is kind of edging himself out the doorway for movie stardom, because he was getting a bit too big for the show, and he was commanding a lot more money. Obviously, his Hollywood career didn't escalate as it should have. But yeah, it's my most watched TV series because I think I've seen it about at least 6 or 7 times. All the way
That's a
through.
series. Yeah, it's a series I need to go back to. I've got the box set with. I'm trying to remember what version it is. Might be the later box set with the slim DVD cases. I think it might be that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was watching when I was doing that. When I was watching Miami Vice, I was also co-watching the A-Team as well.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
I was having the introduction of the best of both worlds there.
Yeah.
I think
A-Team was like Saturday nights, sort of early evening.
Yeah. Absolute cheesy fun. No one got killed.
Oh yeah.
Everything blew up, and you got people crawling out of explosions, going, "Oh, a bit warm in there, wasn't it?"
The one I remember, the one that sticks in my mind, is the helicopter crash. It just crashes into the side of a mountain, falls, and you just see the two fellas getting up from the wreckage.
Oh, absolutely fantastic fun.
Yeah,
it was. Go back to the 80s to watch it.
Yeah, Miami Vice for me was the better show, but the 80. I can't deny the entertainment factor with the 80.
Yeah, absolute cheese by the bucket loads, but boy, did you enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely enjoy it.
Another good thing about Miami Vice, you would tune in to watch it because you'd think, which celebrity, sports star, or rising actor or singer was going to be in it, because everybody was in it. You know, James Brown, you had Phil Collins, you had Pam Grier would pop up, Sheena Easton, you had Bruce Willis early on, Michael Jackson, you had all these stars that would pop in it, and it was just an amazing series. Everybody, after the first season, you had all these celebrities. They just wanted, even Roberto Duran, the famous boxing champion, he was on it. James Brown as well, and Miles Davis. You had all these actors and entertainment stars on there.
Yeah, John and Andy Taylor out of Duran Duran popped up in an episode.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's making me really want to watch that.
And the music was great.
The
music was great.
Yeah, it was.
That episode as well, I think that might be my favourite episode. The one with the cry with Godley and Cream gets played when he's on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is amazing. That music just fits so well with it.
Yeah. Oh, who's this coming in? Oh, yeah, I'm still live. Yeah, I'm still live.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. It's an appearance from the old dear. She's fallen over. Oh, pissed, are you? Yeah, I'm streaming still.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're live.
Yeah, we're live. So Anyway, we are gonna wrap it up there now that she's fallen over. And Andy, three films. Just quickly before we go, 3 films you would like to see get a 4K release or like a big chunky release.
Yeah,
first one.
Yeah, very, very simple. A bit boring and predictable, but I will go with the first one is Arrow did the first one. Let's get the second one, Under Siege 2, 4K.
Okay.
With a slip.
Yeah, good.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And the next 2 Warner Brothers for me. All on the chunky box sets. The Lethal Weapon sequels, all on 4K.
Yeah.
We've done the first one. Give us the director's cuts of 2 and 3 and 4 on on chunky box sets, and the third one would be the Dirty Harry sequels.
Nice.
Magnum
Yeah.
Force, the Enforcer, Sudden Impact, and the Deadpool.
Yeah.
Same treatment as the original. Yeah.
That's actually some very, very good choices there.
They came out this year, be very, very satisfied. Very
Mm.
satisfied.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've still got what? It's the 20th today, so we've still got what? Another 10 months?
Yeah.
So
anything can happen.
Exactly. And that is the most exciting thing about physical media, that anything can happen. And it's absolutely fantastic to see. It really, really is. So with that, we have actually got a couple more comments. We'll see these and then we'll say our goodbyes. We've got Alan Toman saying about, is there going to be a free tin of sardines with the Burbs 4K? As long as there's pretzels as well. He says, thank you for tonight. Really enjoyed it. Hugely entertaining. Fantastic. And have a fantastic weekend, you filthy animals.
You too, Alan.
Cheers, Alan.
Yes. Thank you very much, mate. And a good weekend to you as well, mate. And he also says he loves 80s Miami Vice Series 2. Made him look dressed like a complete prick on a Saturday night. Oh, we all dressed like that at some point, mate. We all did. So, anyway, a very big thank you to everyone who's commented and joined in. It has been an absolute blast entertaining you with our announcements and Mum falling over.
Thank you.
You're welcome. A big thank you to Andy for joining us.
Cheers, Mike. Thanks for the invite. Yeah, really enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure having you on, mate. It really is.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it really has, mate. All that's left for us to say from me, and if I point into the right direction, first of all, me and my co-host Carlos, we wish you an excellent weekend. Be safe whatever you're doing, and we'll see you in just over a month. Yes, in March, just over a month's time for more announcements in the world of physical media. So until next time, keep it physical, and we'll catch you later.
Physical media is not fucking dying.
Exactly. I couldn't.
The words of a wise man.
Yeah. The wise man who says, Amazon women on the moon, mate.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good weekend. See you later.